Hi Year 5, this is your week 3 reading lesson for Friday. Well done for a whole week of home learning. It's our last day of Sea Fever and we're going to be answering some questions on the text. So looking at our reading strategies, we are mainly going to be selecting and retrieving, so we're going to have to scan and skim for that important information. But we might have a little bit of inference in there as well. So let's have a look at our text and some example questions. The first one is, how does the poem describe the dawn? So the first thing that I need to do is I need to find the bit in the text where it's talking about the dawn. So I'm going to skim and scan and find, here it is. I'm going to highlight that section to help me, or I can just run my finger over it so I know where it is. I can then take a look and see, well, how is it describing the dawn? Just before it there, it's describing it as grey. So let's put in our answer, grey. The next one then, it's saying, what word is used to describe the noise made by the seagulls? So that's very similar. I'm going to have to skim and scan and try and find that word seagulls that's in the text. So I found it, it's down the bottom here, the seagulls crying. So there we are, I found the word that's described the noise made by the seagulls. It is saying they're crying, so they're not crying tears, but that is another way that we can say describe the noise that's been made, that loud, high pitched sound. And then this last one here, what is the poet's opinion of the sea? So I can use my thoughts from reading the whole text to gain an idea about this one. They're not telling us in black and white exactly what their opinion is. We need to do a little bit of inference from what's been said to find out what the poet thinks of the sea. So some of the words and phrases that I think might help me here is, as I was reading, I thought this word I must, the modal verb must is quite important, and he's used that a few times. I also thought an important word was when he was saying for the call of the running tide. So he's been called down to the sea. So let's try and think of an answer that we can write for this one. So we're thinking about he must go down to the sea is calling him down there. So I can see that the author is being drawn to the sea as he has used words like must and call of. I can expand on that. So what does that mean? This tells me he has a love of the sea and he can't be kept away. Okay, so that is how we can answer a few of these questions on the text. What I want you to do now is to pause the video and have a look at the questions that you have been set on your reading activity, and then come back to the video and we will go through the answers. So pause your video, answer your questions, and then come back for the answers. So here we are, it's your answers. Grab your purple pens if you've got one, or any colour. How does the boat navigate through the sea? And that it uses the stars. What colour is the sail of the boat? So another skimming and scanning, and we can find that the sailboat is white. What is calling the poet down to the seas? We found that call of for our last questions, and we could see that that was the running tide. What animals are talked about in the poem? We know from the crying that one of them was the seagulls and the other animal is the whales. And then it's asking us to find and copy a word that means pleasant. So another word that means pleasant is sweet, and that's how he was describing his dreams. And then our last one was a little bit more inferency. So what do you think the poet is, or what might he have done in his life? So I've said he might have been a sailor, as the poem is telling us how he's been drawn back to the sea. It says again, so I don't think he does this anymore, but he misses it. So if you've got an answer for that one that you're not quite sure, take a copy of it and send it in to your teacher and they can double check that for you. So it is Friday, everybody, so have a great weekend and we will see you next week.